All right, we are now joined by John Hunter Nemechek, driver of the number 42 Legacy Motor Club Toyota. If you have a question for John Hunter, raise your hand. We'll start right up here with Jacob, and then Kelly.
Jacob Seelman, Raceface Digital. John Hunter, not a bad start for Legacy on the Cup side this year, and I know Eric had kind of circled that during Media Day. How important, not just for shop morale, but for you as a driver coming back to the Cup Series, was the team getting off to a fast start and coming out of Daytona in one piece?
Yeah, very grateful that we came out in one piece for sure. I'm excited about this year, getting the year kicked off at Daytona. There's been a lot of hard work over the offseason at Legacy Motor Club with the manufacturer swap to Toyota, a lot of new personnel hired, pit crews in-house, myself being new to the team. There's so many things that are new. So to be able to go down to Daytona and have a solid run, show some speed, I feel like, in the duels and then in the race, and be able to come out of there with a clean car and finish top 10 was pretty good. But not only for myself, but also the 43 guys as well. 2 cars in the top 10 is a pretty great start for us.
You've experienced this reconfiguration in the Xfinity Series. Can you speak to the mental difference here being a narrower drafting style track than Daytona or Talladega, where things are happening, moves are happening so much faster compared to kind of what we're used to seeing on the bigger super speedways?
I think that this place, I don't think that it's as treacherous as Daytona or Talladega with the big one. Things I feel like do happen a little bit faster here than Daytona and Talladega. I don't know about the Cup car yet, but at least on the Xfinity side, runs are a little bit bigger, but you tend to stall out a little bit faster as well. So it's trying to pick and choose your runs and your battles, and it kind of seems like it's more one lane dominant here at Atlanta than Daytona or Talladega. You can definitely get multiple lanes going, but I would say that there's pretty much one preferred lane here.
Let's go to Kelly and then John.
Kelly, CrandallRacer.com. John Hunter, I'm curious, why run double duty? Because you're doing 10 Xfinity races this year. With getting back in the Cup Series, and it's a completely different car than Xfinity, what was the thought process of still doing double duty, especially because early in the year, you're doing like the first couple weeks?
Why not? No, I like to race. I like to be in race cars, and I think more laps is more beneficial for myself. Being able to work with the same group of guys at JGR on the 20 car -2 positions, I think. Everyone else is the same. It was big for me this year to just come back and have fun and try and go win races. Not really knowing what the Cup side has in store for the first few as far as speed and different things. For myself, I wanted to put myself in a situation where I could gain confidence on Saturday and go into Sunday and be able to go out there and strive and learn some things from Saturday to try and apply to Sunday. But I'm a race car driver. We could run all 3 every weekend. I would be raising my hand to get into that.
With the cars being so different, have you found yourself anything in the cockpit or anything that is completely different that you're catching yourself on, you're not able to do or reach for something in that regard?
Not necessarily. I think it's just remembering what transmissions are in each, where the switches are. Yesterday I went to kill the ignition switch after finishing my lap, and I reached to where my Cup one is, and it wasn't in the same spot. So just small things like that, but as far as everything else, it's pretty similar so far. Daytona, Atlanta will definitely be similar. I feel like we're going to have more differences between the 2 cars when you get to Vegas, Phoenix, COTA, places like that.
Let's go to John Newby and then Lee Spencer.
John Newby, NBC Sports. Obviously, winning a bunch got you back to where you are today. But were there other, racecraft things that you focused on during those few years back in trucks and Xfinity?
I think the biggest thing for me was regaining confidence in myself. I felt like I could do it. I felt like I could go win races, but at the same time, I had to go prove that to myself and the rest of the garage. And having Toyota TRD as a manufacturer who believed in me was a pretty big validation in that sort. But I think racecraft-wise, just getting smarter, more mature, what positions to put yourself in. I think every young kid, as you kind of grow up running through the ranks, you learn some things the hard way, and some things you learn the easy way, but the hard ones, you'll typically remember a little bit more than you will the easy ones. So for myself, it was just focusing on trying to complete the tasks at hand, and that was trying to go win races and put ourselves in the best possible spot, not getting ahead of ourselves if we got a penalty on pit road or whatever and had to go to the back, just trying to work your way back through, and most of all, I think just trying to be the veteran in those series. And now the roles have reversed a little bit, so I got some learning to do.
Lee Spencer, Catch Fence. You have a small sample size with running just one race for Legacy last year, but what are the biggest changes you've seen since they've started their Toyota Alliance?
To be honest, I wasn't super involved last year, so I don't really know exactly what was going on or what the biggest significant changes were. I feel like Eric could probably answer that a little bit better than myself, but for me, it's been a great experience so far being able to have Legacy work with Toyota TRD. From a resource side to motor side, body side, the new Camry body. There's so many different things that I feel like Legacy didn't necessarily have the keys to access that information last year, and I think it showed. They still had speed last year at quite a few racetracks, and they ran well and different things of that sort. But with this year, with the alliance with Toyota TRD, I think that we should be able to be competitive most weeks. I feel that deep down. So I would say the biggest changes is probably resources. I think personnel is another big one. Quite a few new faces to LMC this year. Cal Wells now kind of running the team with Jimmy and some other Hall of Famer faces that are involved as well. So it's great to be a part of that organization and to have so many great people around you. I've always been told you're only as good as the people that you surround yourself with, and I feel like there's some greats there at Legacy Motor Club.
One in particular, maybe Matt Kenseth. Have you spent any time with Matt since coming on board?
Yeah, I have. I have. Matt's a really funny guy, for sure. I've enjoyed Matt. I've enjoyed working with Matt, being able to talk with Matt and spend quite a bit of time with him, getting to know him better each and every time that you spend time with him. He's a funny dude. I'm going to leave it at that, but it has been really good to be able to work with Matt so far.
Do we have any additional questions for John Hunter? All right, thanks for the time and good luck
Thanks.
this weekend.